So Harvard has hired a drag queen by the name LaWhore Vagistan as a visiting professor. Now, let's see if this is real. Okay, it says this is real. Let me see if we can share it. LaWhore. I don't even know how to say it. LaWhore Vagistan. This is sick. Like, why, fellas? Why? This this country is in big trouble. You know, I'm glad that there's a reset, that we are starting to run away from this. Thomas Sowell, in every disaster throughout American history, there always seemed to be a man from Harvard in the middle of it. Right, let's see what else we got. Okay, what about Grok? Let's see what Grok says. A New York Post article is real and accurately reflects that Harvard hired Karim Kubehandani. The New York Post article is real and accurately reports that Harvard hired Karim Kubehandani, who performs as drag queen LaWhore Vagistan, as a visiting associate professor in gender and sexuality studies for 2025-2026. He'll teach courses on queer ethnography and drag. Harvard's WGS announcement and Kupchandani Taft's bio, not a parody. This is wild. And there is actually a link that goes straight to Harvard. Let's see if we can check this out. This is WGS welcomes Karim Kupchandani as F.O. Matheson Visiting Associate Professor. Please join WGS in welcoming Tufts Professor, so he teaches at Tufts University, Karim Kupchandani, to Harvard. Professor Kupchandani is the 2025-2026 F.O. Matheson Visiting Associate Professor in Studies of Gender and Sexuality. During his year at Harvard, he will be teaching two courses. The fact that these are even courses that people have to pay for and sign up for. You know how much a Harvard class costs? A few years ago, I took a course at the extension school. It cost me $3,000 for just one course. And that is because it's an extension course. Now, can you imagine if you do this on campus? Probably going to cost you about $6,000, $7,000 a course, if not more. You're going to pay $6,000, $7,000 to learn queer ethnography and politics, drag, race, and desire. What is this crap? It's professor of theater, dance, and performance studies. Like, why would they use their brains and abilities to do things that advances humanity? What is this crap? And he's the author of Decolonized Drag. Okay, so these people always have a mission. There is something that they are working towards. This is a project. It's a project to indoctrinate and infiltrate traditional systems and really to steer people away from religion so that they can normalize these things. This is why they do that. This is why they write books. This is why they teach this stuff. It's not really a coincidence that it happens. And sometimes a lot of people don't think deep through these things enough, that this is part of classical liberalism. This is what is connected to socialism in the old generations that has now morphed into something different. And because of how strong religions and foundations and families have become, or have been resistant due to strong conservative movements around the world, they've decided that they cannot win the battle at the end of a human cycle, which is when people have already grown and matured. So instead, they're starting to teach these things like the Netflix reaction. They're starting to put this in your movies. They're starting to teach these things to your children. Start it early so that they can normalize it. And then as they grow up, they add more layers of indoctrination through the university system. At this point, I don't even know if a university education is worth it anymore. They are not really providing the jobs that it's supposed to be in, So what is the point in investing so much money into a university that will do this? And this guy is an Indian, but look, if you know anything about Southeast Asia and Indians in general, this is really against what they are as a collective. And that is why people like this can never go back there. They can only stay in America and promote crap like this. They are one of a kind. He's the only Indian that you find living this lifestyle. And frankly, because they're considered outcasts in India, they are very loud and they're very effective here in the West. So make sure that you're not picking up these books, or your kids are not picking up these books in the libraries. Police, where they go to school, what they learn. If not, these behaviors will be learned. This is not something that anybody grows up into. This is all a result of indoctrination and advocacy like this that has turned these children into these lifestyles or into these groups.